Hey guys, Dan with Sterling Self-Defense. All right, I figured I gotta change this velocity spring in this monster with the Super Bolt. And most of you guys don't recognize Super Bolt. This is something I used to do like 3 years ago. I made a bunch of these different Super Bolt, Mega Bolt, you know, up to like 170 joules. Did a lot of videos on them. And you can tell, you know, anyone argues, yeah, the new guys connecting bolts and doing everything this way said they invented it. You can see my videos of me doing this years ago, way before anybody else. But anyway, brought it back. You know, they're fun. I stopped making them because they're a little too powerful, kind of crazy powerful. But anyway, this one was shooting at 151 joules with a weak spring, so I want to change it out and see if the spring makes that much of a difference at that high of joules with the Super Bolt. So, and also at the same time, it'll show you guys how to quickly change your velocity spring. Now, velocity springs in the FSCs, that's if you're having a problem where you're getting low numbers, is the velocity spring. Usually the case is because you have under 32 millimeters. You need at least 32 millimeters on your spring to get good power. Otherwise, you can lose up to 70 FPS. All right, so I'm going to pull it apart. And we'll start installing the new one. Take out the old one, install the new one. Alright, compensator off. Now, the power bolts, just like my other bolt systems, you screw them out, like my power plug and my direct air bolt. Just screw right out. For this installation, really don't have to take this out, but just showing you. Alright, get my glasses on so I can see. Dropping shit all over the place. All right. Back bolt first. And the Allen key is a 3/32. That opens up the two main screws, front and back. I don't have one in here right now. And also takes out the screw in the regulator. Put that aside. And two side screws, and I grabbed the wrong Allen key. 1 second. All right, now I got the right one. This one is 5/64. That'll get you the two little screws on the side off. Side. And always work over a mat so you don't lose things. Like I always seem to. Alright, normally you have a screw under here too. I don't have that one in. Alright, that takes your grip off. Now, that's how you get to the velocity spring. It's also your adjustment. Just show you what I was set at. Maxed out. Yeah, maxed out. Quarter turn back. Oh, really? Well, I hope this one's not jammed up. Ah, you son of a... All right, this one is a little tight. I don't want to force it. Because if you feel them real tight and it feels like it's going to bind, don't force it. Let's take the regulator all the way off. Because what happens if you force it, then you'll screw up the threads. Usually they come out pretty easy, but sometimes they get a little buggered. Oh. All right. I'm going to heat this one up. Let me go grab the torch. I don't want to take any chances. I'm going to heat it up. Expand this metal a little bit so it comes out easier. I don't want to take any chances. All right. Let me pause this, go get my torch. All right, I am back. Now, before I hit this with the torch, I want to take the O-rings out so not to melt them. There are 2 O-rings in the top of the regulator to take out. Little pancake. Oop, almost lost it. All right, there we go. Put her in the vise over here. It's kind of hard to see this from where you're at, but this thing's in the way. Alright, now it's not in the way anymore. My tank holder, I can fix that. Alright, let's torch her up. Now you just want to heat where the velocity screw is at. Alright, see if that's enough. Right that in there as tight as I wanted it to. And now it's super hot. Get it on the angle a little bit. That should do it. Yep, see now it's turning. Great trick. Now I'm going to replace that velocity screw with a brand new one. If it's in bad shape, I'm going to take a look at it. They put a kind of Loctite on this. I don't know why. There's no reason to. I'm gonna remove the Loctite. See the blue Loctite they put on there? There's no reason to have that on there. All right, let me take this out and cool it. I'll cool this down. Just want to take that heat out of there. Don't let it migrate to the rest of the regulator. All right. Take a look at the threads, see if they're buggered. No, threads look pretty good. Now, you want to take all the blue, when you take out this screw, take all the blue Loctite off. There's no reason for that to be on there. Just gives it a chance of being all caught up in there. It's not like the thing's on spring tension, so it's not like it's going to vibrate. It's got its own huge spring lock nut. So, you guys listening over at First Strike, stop doing that. Blue Loctite is not necessary on the velocity spring. It's never going to move. I guess the guys at the factory, they see threads and they want to Loctite them. Don't do it. And don't do the little ones in the back either. There's no reason for that. Just makes our lives harder. Usually do this with a steel brush. I just don't have one laying around. This will do the trick. I have one in the other shop in the parts washer, but I don't feel like going to grab it. I moved so much stuff over to the main machine shop, and now I'm too lazy to go grab it. So I need doubles of everything, so You don't have to walk so far. I know, it's a rough life. And you want to do this on the Allen key so it's not turning on you. All right, there we go. Nice and clean. All right, back to what we were doing. All right. Okay, where's the old spring? Oh, damn it. What did I do with the old spring? Did it fall out on me somewhere? I need to measure that. Where'd it go? You guys see it? I see the new springs. Where'd the old spring go? Had to be in there. I dropped it in the water bowl? Let me go check. It's in the dog water bowl. It was in the dog's water bowl that I used to cool off the regulator. You can see it dripping. Man, I never would have found that unless I remembered where I just did that. All right, let's measure it, see where it's at. All right, got our origin. We're on inches, millimeters. Whoa, that's a small one. 30. And that's a small spring. Look at, if I didn't have the super bolt in there, that thing wouldn't have been shooting shit with a regular bolt system. That is a low number. Cool, that is a short spring. Okay, now my new springs that I've modified to be bigger. This one is 3461. I make them pretty long, but not long enough where you can't get them in. So, but that's a big difference in a spring. All right, so you take a new spring, drop it in there, get the dog water out of there. You know what, let me blow this out properly. Get all the water out of the rag. Air gun got it all out of there. All right, take your spring, drop it back in. We go, oh, forgot my Ultra Silk. Let me grab that. All right, got my Ultra Silk. And I got the brown nasty color. You have no control over what color they send you. But I usually don't send people when they buy Ultra Silk. I send them the good colors and I get stuck with the crappy color. It looks like it all rusty. But still works the same, so that's all that counts. All right, just do up my rag while I'm in here. Might as well do my bolt. Yeah, if you guys got your guns open already, might as well Ultra Silk them up while you're in there. All right, Ultra Silk out of the way. And we're up, velocity screw. Now, I should have done this test on a different FSC without the Super Bolt, so you could see the real difference. I don't think there's going to be that much difference in the Super Bolt, because the bigger bolt kind of negates what you're losing with the spring. So it's not as quite as it's not. I don't think it's going to be quite as dramatic because this thing's shooting so high already. I can't imagine shooting that much higher. But a regular FSC, say it was shooting at 300 or 298 with that bum spring, and say I had a regular one of my bolts in there with my power bolts, changing it out would bring it to that 300, 298 up to like 370. It's that much of a difference. It's usually, when you got a spring that's that low, like a 30 or 31, it's usually like 70 FPS you're losing from it. It's crazy. And we're back to the same spot. We're maxed out. Quarterback. Moves so much easier. See how sweet it moved now that I cleaned all that shit off there? Wish they wouldn't do that. All right. Remember to put my O-rings back on. All right. Pancake on there. Get on there, you bugger. Where's my other one? There's my other one. All right. Oh, I dropped my little tiny O-ring that holds the arm. Let me go grab another one of those. There we go. Once those little buggers hit the floor, you ain't never finding them. All right. And that back up. Get on there, you bugger. All right, put our screw back in first. Alright, trigger arm O-ring. Oh, I lose those little suckers all the time. They're so easy to lose. Alright. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't put the bolt in. Alright. Always forgetting that. And one thing, guys, well, let me get to it and then I'll show you. A lot of guys always forget, and a lot of guys don't know. Let's put the bolt back in. Always remember, when you take off your regulator, you got to push your bolt forward to reset the sear. If you forget to push your bolt forward like this, here's all you got to do. Grab a screwdriver or whatnot. Push your bolt forward. If you don't do that, when you go to fire, you're just going to have a limp trigger because your sear's not set. All right, now we will reinstall a regulator. I forget that all the time. It's one of those stupid little things you just in a hurry and you forget to do. And then you go to shoot it and nothing's happening. And you got to take it all apart again. Oh, tell me I lost that little O-ring again. Where are you, little bugger? I have to put the screw on first. I lost my regular glasses. I'm using one of these crappy readers and I can't see shit with them. And I always put my glasses down and I can never find them. So I keep a lot of these little cheap readers laying around. And these ones aren't really the ones I need. Where is that little O-ring? You guys see it? Little black O-ring. Where did you go? Oh, there you are, little bastard. There we go. All right, all back together again. Bolt is forward. Okay, now we can go back together. Now, back screw. A lot of times guys will forget to put this back screw in. I have before, and just put all the front screws in, and you go to fire and you get air flowing out of here. This holds the back of the regulator down, so try not to forget it. All right, little ones. And some of those other guys out there have been saying, I've been getting messages, you know, those guys that can't get high numbers because they don't know how. They're telling everyone, no, like that stupid Nurse Spencer guy talking shit about me again as usual. He's going, oh yeah, no, you set those guns up high. They're no longer reliable. That's why I set mine around factory or whatever the hell he never gets over 50 joules. Because they're unreliable. They'll break the gun in 10 shots. All my guns are set this high. Never a problem. I never break bolts. And he's saying, yeah, Sterling's customers, they break a bolt, then he charges them for a new bolt. Hey, guys, in the comments, anyone that's ever bought a marker off me, if you broke a bolt and I charged you for a new bolt, let everybody know in the comments. That's never happened. I can't remember anyone even breaking a firing pin on one of mine guns, ever. So, if anyone has, put in the comments. Let's prove it. He's saying that I do that. Let's see. Because that's all. Guy's lying about everything. And if someone did break a gun, I would take care of it and not charge him. When under warranty, something like that. No. I don't know. They can say what they want, but anyway, they just say don't run your guns that high because they're gonna break. They don't break. I shoot thousands of rounds through these guns. My sidearms probably got 20,000 rounds through it. Never broke a firing pin, and it's set up high. I shoot it high, 100 joules, 130, 120, rapid fire, everything. Never break any firing pins. You just got to do the one mod to your firing pin. I got a video on that. You take out the stock screw, put in a long stainless steel screw, cut it back so there's no little socket in there. Install it, Loctite it, let it dry for 24 hours. You will never have a problem. And there's other guys out there selling new firing pins. Those Defense 24 guys selling a firing pin that Spencer's telling everybody to use. It's the same exact thing as a stock firing pin. It's the same exact thing you have in all your guns. So buying that is just a waste of money. Just take your own firing pin you already have. Take the stock screw out, put a 1/2-inch stainless steel in there if you don't want to cut down a long one. Loctite it in, Loctite the firing pin and screw back into your bolt, and that's it. There's no sense buying the same exact firing pin off somebody else. That's not going to make any difference. It's just a waste of money. You already got the firing pin. Just use the one you got. There's that firing pin. There's nothing better about it. He made it exactly the same as the stock firing pin. All right. Nope, I didn't put the compensator back on. Not that that affects anything. But I have it exactly the way it was. This suppressor is it's a huge bore. It's not adding any power whatsoever. It just looks cooler. You see how big the bore is in that. I can stick my whole finger in there. So that doesn't really add any power at all. Can't stick my finger in a regular barrel. But it looks better with it on there. It's crazy long, but... All right, let's load her up and see what numbers we get. Oh, I moved my tank. I moved my tank holder. I ripped it off. Oh, I'm going to have to fix my tank holder again. All right, we'll sit in there for now. Let's load her up with some joules. Oh, do I have air in this tank? I didn't even check the tank. That's a little low. Damn it. I should be able to get a couple shots off. It's like right at 1,000. All right, I should be able to get a couple shots off. Just, I should have filled it, but oh well. That takes too long. All right. Take these glasses off. Open the follower now. All right. No leaks. Let's take some shots. All right. Hey, get out of here, cat. Go. Foof, get out. Go. Psst. Get. I'm going to shoot. Go. Cat hates the loud noise. All right. I'm going to move you back a little bit. All right. Let's get some numbers. All right. First shot. 626. 638. 578. 586. Yeah, low tank. 636. That was all of them. All right. So the spring didn't make a whole lot of difference there. It would have been a little higher if I wasn't so low on air, but yeah, I'm under 1,000 now. But still, huge numbers, big numbers. But the spring doesn't mean as much when I'm using this bolt. A regular FSC, well, you'll see on your own. And guys, in the comments that have had a spring problem, leave a comment and let guys know how much it makes a difference. Because a lot of guys are like, that's it, saying, that spring thing doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't matter if it's under 32. And I've sent my springs out to dozens of guys, and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe the difference. So guys watching this, in the comments, tell people how the spring works. If you had a low spring and you went to a high spring, what the difference was. Because a lot of people just don't believe it. And the other guys out there talking shit, saying, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It does, guys. If your FSC, your VKS, is shooting low numbers, lower than it should with whatever mods you have, and you don't know why, that's almost always the case. It's that velocity spring is too short. Now, that's a 30, there's a 34. It's hard to see millimeter differences, but it's a big difference. 1 millimeter is a huge difference on a spring. Because when you max this all the way down, it's got nothing. It's just basically a big freaking shim. When it's that small, you got no bounce on it, which you need. It gives you that little extra burst of air inside there. So, but guys, leave it in the comments. Tell people how it works. It's a huge difference. So many times I've seen guys put all the mods on their gun. They're like, I don't understand it. I cannot get over 300 for anything. And I tell them, take it out and measure, and they're looking at 30s or 31s, or just even a little under 32 makes a big difference. It's got to be over 32. I make these 34s a little overkill, but they work great, and you ain't got to worry about them shrinking down to freaking a 31 and a half or a 30. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I will see you on the next one. Stay safe.